Welcome back everybody to Whilton Mill. We are getting ready for our Honda Cadet B final. You can see some of our drivers forming there in dummy grid. The purpose of this race is for the top four in this race to qualify through to the A final and the opportunity to score more points across the course of the day. I imagine all drivers will be on wet tyres for this race. The rain continues to fall. It has started raining here in Warwickshire at DDMM HQ as well. We are about 30 to 35 minutes drive southwest of Whilton Mill, so this rain may be heading towards the circuit as well. But Tuzio there on the right of your screen in the red and white number 24 card. Great chance here to race through into the A final. All parents being called back across. There is the number 74 of Sebastian G. The Scuderia, the prancing horse on the back of his helmet. Starts this race from 14th on the grid. We are ready to go then, and away we do go for the B final in Honda Cadet. 8 minutes plus 1 lap for our drivers, all trying to race up into that top four. Good start though for Tuzio. Good start as well from the number 38 of Freddie Moore. In fact, Moore has taken the lead as they head up into Christmas Corner for the first time. It looks like Callum Wilson's trying to go around the outside and take the lead, but just slots back into second place. All drivers have made their way through the first couple of corners. Tuzio still there in third place. The number 14 has had a good start. Finley Fishburne there, driving down the centre of the road into Ashby Corner. The rain starting to fall a little bit heavier again then at Whilton Mill. Number 99 getting involved, Lucy Wielden, currently in, I think that's 6th place for Wielden. Michael Dalton. Oh, there's a spin there for the number 27, which is Jake Schulz. That's a real shame because Jake was starting in the top 10 of this field. Has got it all to do now. Down the inside there goes the number 50, Jake Paul Gifford, who's had a great start. He's finding his way, I think, well, started around 13th place, maybe up as high as 7th now. So it's Wilson from Moore. Witkowski is up to 3rd. Fishburne in 4th. So if the race was to finish right now, those would be the top four going through into the A final. Here comes Witkowski in the number 51 down the inside of Freddie Moore. Takes second place. That's just what you want to do at this stage of the race. Start to race away from those behind. It's clearly in that 51. Antoni's liking these conditions down into... Oh, spin there and Witkowski's off. Witkowski's off and is going to lose all those positions. And I think, there's involved there the number 73 of Frankie Smedley, who's not too pleased about that one. I think, yes, Callum Wilson was involved in that as well. And the 57 of Sergio Wirtz is off. So that's really going to change things at the front of the field as Wilson and Witkowski fall out of the top four. I think Freddie Moore is left there on his own up in the lead. And in fact, is joined now by Jack Paul Gifford. Penalty for Witkowski. So I presume that rules out any chance of getting in the top four. Even if he was to race through and win this on the road. So Moore has got back ahead of Gifford. Finley Fishburne there in the number 14 is 3rd. Lucy Wielden is now up to 4th. Fishburne looking down the inside and round goes Gifford. Half goes round, saves it. Little bit of contact with Lucy Wielden. And I think, Wielden has spun round as well. So Lucy Wielden has fallen out of that 4th place that she'd fought so hard for. There's still a long way to go in this race, 5 minutes. Side by side, Fishburne and Moore. So is it now Finley Fishburne, I think, has come to the front of this field? Yes, Finley has. So Finley Fishburne is going to lead this one at the end of lap number 3 with some 4 minutes and 30-ish seconds to go ahead of Freddie Moore. Donnell Stratton's come through to 3rd. That's a great drive from Stratton, who started in the second half of the field. He's now in a spot that would give a slot in the A final. Is now going up the inside of Freddie Moore for second place, and that's a great overtake from Stratton. Round goes Gifford again, and into the grass, and that really is going to be trouble now for Jack Paul Gifford, who'd got back up to fourth, even though the half spin had happened a lap ago, but is now going to have maybe gone down to about 10th place. Witkowski's coming back through in the 51, but remember has a penalty. Down the inside there, Finley Fishburne goes Donald Stratton. So Stratton now into the lead of this race. This is a great B final, very entertaining here from the Honda Cadets at Whilton Mill. Apologies, we're not quite sure what the severity of the penalty for Witkowski is, but for what it's worth, Witkowski is now into second place on the road. Well, I'll just have to wait and see what the jurisdiction is post-race. Callum Wilson, meanwhile, has got back up to fifth place. So Callum Wilson, who looks to be completely out of this one, is now racing himself back into a promotion position. Down the inside of Stratton goes Witkowski. So Witkowski now leads on the road, but still has the penalty. As who's that spinning towards the back of the field? Apologies, couldn't quite make out who that was. It might have been Ethan Whilton, who's had unfortunately a slow first sector, as has Emily Cooper. Side by side, Stratton and Witkowski for first and second. Will they try and work together? Will they try and work together with Finley Fishburne as well to get the 1, 2, 3 sorted out in this race? Remember, it doesn't matter too much who wins this B final, although it's always a good feeling for up-and-coming drivers to race through and take a race victory in this situation. It's all about getting in that top 4 and progressing on to the A final with no pressure on you starting from the back of the grid, but the chance to gain more points. Callum Wilson closing in, going for fourth place and gets it past Moore there. So Freddie Moore is now fifth on the road. It still has a chance though, with Witkowski having the penalty. Rain continuing to fall here at Double Dash Motorsport Media HQ and looking quite heavy. If this is heading towards the circuit, this could cause some more dramas for our finals later on in the afternoon. Just approaching 3 o'clock here, 20 to 3 in the UK if you're watching from abroad. Antoni Witkowski though leads on the road, has a penalty, possibly 5 seconds, which at the moment would put Witkowski down to 6th place. But Witkowski has good pace. That's a 63.47. He's probably a second or two quicker than those immediately behind, apart from the driver in the number 11 there. In the blue and white cards with the detailed pattern on it, Callum Wilson goes down the inside of Finley Fishburne, takes third on the road. This has been a great recovery drive from Callum Wilson, who had the incident earlier on in the race, the contact with Witkowski, which Witkowski had the penalty given for. Down the inside now, the number 91 of Michael Dalton going side by side with Freddie Moore. This is over 5th place. This could be important if this 5th place battle becomes for 4th place post penalties. And Dalton really fighting hard to try and go around the outside there. Doesn't quite pull it off, but that was a great effort from the driver racing in the Lewis Hamilton helmet there. Popular choice, of course. 20 seconds of this one to go, so we will be on our penultimate lap now. Witkowski goes quicker again. It's 62.86. If it is a 5-second penalty, he's now racing himself into the final, because the gap to Freddie Moore is more than 5 seconds now. Here comes Wilson again, though, down the inside of Donald Stratton. Takes second on the road. That is going to be comfortably into the A final as long as both of these drivers can just keep going round this circuit. There is Finley Fishburne, who's driven really well in this race, is now there in 4th place. This could still be the key battle, though, between Freddie Moore and Michael Dalton for 5th place in this race. And it's been a great battle to watch. Sebastiano Tuzio is still in 7th. Jack Paul Gifford has recovered to 8th. Ethan Weldon and Amin Saran are wrapping out the top 10 at the moment as the leader goes on to the final lap of the race. Another very quick lap. 63.16. Leads by now 4.37 seconds on the road ahead of Callum Wilson, who's confirmed in second place. Stu Stretton in third, Finlay Fishburn fourth. Is it going to be those four? The number 24 of Tuzio closing in on Moore and Dalton here, who look like they may be quite happy to just see this one home in the B final and take these positions. Dalton has a check over the shoulder, goes for a big move down the inside. Oh, judged brilliantly and nearly pulled that off. Great respectful driving from both of these youngsters. And Dalton's not given this one up to try and take this fifth place, which, as we say, could still be important if it's a really big penalty for Witkowski. This could be the final spot in the A final, but Antoni Witkowski takes it on the road. Callum Wilson will be in the A final. Donald Stratton and Finlay Fishburn will be as well. Possibly, we wait to see. Freddie Moore may be in there as well. He finishes fifth on the road. Michael Dalton sixth. Sebastiano Tuzio in seventh. Jack Paul Gifford in eighth. Ethan Weldon in ninth. Amin Saran in 10th. Jack Schulz, Lucy Wilden, Emily Cooper 13th. Frankie Smedley, unfortunately, got caught up in an incident that wasn't his own fault. He finishes in 14th. Sergio Wirtz in 15th. Felix Smedley will come round to finish in 16th.